Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Burbach and I'm a certified health coach and an independent Shaklee distributor. And today I want to sort out a little confusion about Shaklee's performance build products. So we have build, okay, I always get a little dyslexic on this part and see the reflection. So build, and then we have a build plus. So before we talk about those though, I thought we'd talk just a little bit about protein in general. So protein is a very important building block for our bodies and helps to repair, renew, restore, build our muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, things like that. It can help us feel more satisfied. Protein helps with those highs and lows that we get from our blood sugar. So like a sugary treat can make us have a big spike and then a crash, and protein helps with that to level things out. Protein also is helpful for the essential delivery of essential amino acids that are part of that protein and that building system for our body. It helps with our immune system. It helps for the manufacture of enzymes and hormones. It regulates the fluid some for us. So protein really is a big deal and plays a big part in our bodies, and everyone needs protein. There is some debate on do we eat too much protein as a culture or not enough protein as a culture. So actually I'm going to put a plug in for a friend of mine, Dr. Steve Cheney. He has a great newsletter called Health Tips by the Professor, and I will put a link in with this video to it. But he did a great article or newsletter on protein and talked about those arguments. And then one of the questions that always comes up is, well, how much protein do we need? Well, that's just not really a simple answer. It's not like everyone needs the exact same amount. So growing children need different amounts because they're building bones and muscles, the things that we discussed, and getting bigger and taller and stronger. Athletes need more protein as well, and a person who exercises on a regular basis needs a certain level. Couch potato maybe needs a little bit less. Older adults, it just really varies on your age and your activity level and your personal needs. But there's a nice breakdown that Dr. Cheney gives that I think will be helpful for you to go check out in his newsletter. But if you just want a quick reference, 10% to 35% of our calories should come from protein, and that range is going to depend on how active you are. So if you're really not very active, I would stay around the 10%. If you're quite active, then move up to the higher percentage in your protein, and that will help your body, because there are some negative impact to our body if we have too much protein. But the reality is most of us are not going to have that issue. And the RDA really doesn't take into account the average body size today. It's sort of an outdated number. So the numbers are still a little higher than we would go with based on those numbers. So I hope that helps you understand just sort of the importance of protein and why that we want the protein in it. Now, in regards to protein, it doesn't need to come just from animal products. I know that's kind of what we think about it. When you watch the cooking shows, they ask what protein are you using? And they mean your chicken, lamb, fish, something like that. But there are so many plant-based protein sources that are just full of flavor and give us a lot of opportunity in our cooking and experimentation with meals. So personally, I do use some meat. We use lean cuts of meat. We also do vegetarian meals. And so we're really big on Meatless Monday. It gives us one day a week where you're really just concentrating on having whole food, plant-based foods in your diet, and it gives a lot of creativity, and I like to make them sort of hearty. There's some really great vegetarian recipes out there, and if your big beefy guy can eat it and feel like he hasn't missed any meat, I always feel like that's quite a success. So play around with your food. This is a great time for me to be able to say, play with your food. So get your protein sources from, you can get it from your plant-based foods, from your dairy,